In concept, simulator games should not even be that fun, because they are all about doing monotonous tasks that most people would find boring in real life. But for some reason, when in game form, they can be some of the most addictive games out there. So that begs the question. Now, first off, what am I considering a simulator game? Well, obviously I'm counting games that literally have simulator in the name, like Farming Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, and Lawn Mowing Simulator, to name just a few. I'm also counting life simulators like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, but I won't be weighing them too heavily in the conversation, because you could argue that they aren't really simulator games, and I want my points to stand regardless of what you may consider a simulator game. Also, sports games are borderline simulation, so they might be mentioned briefly at times. With that out of the way, let's dive in. Part of what makes these games appealing is the fact that you feel like you are doing something. I don't personally feel like sports games have this quality, but games like Power Wash and Lawn Mowing Simulator are quite literally games about doing jobs. In structuring the games around what doing a certain job is like, you will naturally feel productive, because the whole point of the game is to make it feel like you are doing that work. As silly as it sounds, I actually sometimes use this small feeling of productivity to trick myself into doing work that I am resistant to. Let me explain. I play a level of Power Wash Simulator, usually a short job, but sometimes I go for a longer one. I play the level and feel productive for completing a job. Then, I have a job that I need to do in real life, planned out before I started playing. Once I complete the level and I feel good about being productive, I want to continue being productive. So then, I stop playing and go to whatever task I pre-planned. It may sound really silly, but it works for me, so maybe you should try and see. The fact that playing a type of video game can make me more productive speaks to how fun simulator games are, but are also a powerful tool. Because not only can I have fun playing the game and feel productive, but I can actually carry this productivity into real life and have fun accomplishing things that I want to do, but that I struggle to start with. The first thing I think of when I think of simulator games is how satisfying they are, and one of my favorite examples of this is Power Wash Simulator. First off, power washing itself is satisfying. Just watching something go from very dirty to clean like new, and listening to the sound of the water spraying is so awesome. But it is not only this that makes the game satisfying. When you completely clean a surface, the game plays a satisfying ding, and that just gives me a hit of dopamine, because not only is it a fun noise, it also indicates that I have completed something. Getting this immediate satisfaction for completing a task drives me to keep completing more tasks to get more satisfaction. Another thing that makes completing the job satisfying is the checklist the game gives you. I like going section by section, crossing off each item, and unsurprisingly, this works just like a normal to-do list works, in that when you cross off an item, it provides you with even more dopamine, making you want to keep going. As a player, this is a fundamentally satisfying feedback loop that brings joy and the want to keep playing, which is a very special thing for a game to be able to do. Non-simulator games aren't necessarily hard to get into to escape the real world, and in most cases they provide a better escape because they are so different from real life and players can immerse themselves in a completely different world. But something about simulator games, to me at least, also do a fantastic job. Something about doing boring real-life tasks in a gamified manner makes for such a peaceful time. Some of the reasons behind this are the fact that they provide clear and manageable goals, so when you just want to sit down and do something, it gives you an easy outlet to do so. These games also allow you to take on a role that you may never otherwise do in real life, like a pilot, surgeon, city planner, power washer, or any number of other occupations, which can be really fun to experience. Also, being that it is a video game, this removes any real-world pressures or dangers that you could experience while actually doing it, which results in a stress-free, new experience. And hey, you may even learn something new, or decide to try out some of these things in real life. I mean, obviously you can't just decide to try being a surgeon or city planner, as it takes a lot of working up to and schooling, but if you become really interested in doing something more easily attainable, you may want to take, for example, pilot's lessons, or buy a power washer, or really test out any number of the smaller, more accessible activities. Try it out, and you may discover a new passion or hobby. The way the majority of simulator games are structured makes it easy to just pick up and play for short sessions, but also have the ability to keep you entertained for longer play sessions. The simplicity of the isolated missions offers a very clear-cut endpoint if you only want to play for a while. I feel this is best done in Power Wash Simulator. There are different sizes of levels, so if you want to do something for 15-ish minutes, there are vehicles that you can clean. But if you want a longer experience, there are whole houses that you can clean, or playgrounds, or skate parks, or any other number of things. I sometimes like to just sit down and either do a small job or part of a big job while I'm trying to decide what I want to do, whether that be what movie to watch or what game to play. I do this because it puts me in a calm or almost flow-like state, and then I can clearly think and decide. It's also helpful that these games are built this way when I have a short amount of time before I need to do something or go somewhere, but I don't just want to sit around and wait. So not only does it entertain me, but I also feel productive. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to sit down, turn my brain off, and play a quick level of a simulator game, instead of hopping into a story-based game that I will be playing for the next month, and if I take any break longer than a week, I will forget where the story is and where to go next. The draw of these games, and the fun behind them, really is that simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you haven't already, as it helps the channel out a ton. Thank you for watching, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and good gaming to you all.